Hello, everyone. My name is Aaron Matthews, and I am a cheap mark. I am the host for this episode, and with me, I have my co-host Jared Black. How you doing, buddy?
Oh, perfect.
And my next co-host, Jason Crawford. How you doing, buddy boy?
Yeah, doing all right. How are you guys?
Wishing I was. No, I can't say that. We're on a wrestling podcast.
Wonderful.
You wish you were
Paul Orndorff.
getting a German suplex right now, brother.
On German
Yes.
suplex, you like Benoit.
Please don't.
Huh?
Because then you might try to murder me. So let's not do that.
No, I said I'm gonna German suplex you like Chris Benoit. That's not saying I'm gonna murder. What?
Move on.
All right,
Okay.
so if we know that you come up missing, we know
That's
where.
Jared,
Exactly.
we're gonna let you take over, buddy.
All right. Okay, let me just share this for you guys. Share it. All right. Can you guys see my screen there?
Yes, sir.
Perfect.
Yep.
All right. So
Ken.
first thing we have to talk about, Mr. Wrestling 2 died the other day.
Yes.
I think there's 4 of them, 5 of them.
So something like that. There's like
Something
4
like
or
that.
5 wrestling characters.
So obviously, Mr. Wrestling is a character that has been around, I think, since the 50s or 60s.
I think late.
I'd have to say 50s.
Like late 50. I'm gonna say like 57.
Yeah, something like that. It started in the 50s
Mm-hmm.
and it goes till now. I mean, I think there's been like 4 or 5 of them. He's the most prolific wrestling character of all time, and we just want to give our condolences to Mr. Wrestling 2's family. We are very sorry.
Very sorry. Very sad.
Yes.
I've never seen footage of Mr. Wrestling 2. But like I've heard stories about how good of a wrestler he was and how good of a performer he was. So.
And the Mr. Wrestling character never takes off their mask. Never.
Not even when they're buried. Never.
Nope.
They keep kayfabe alive with luchadors like that, and I respect.
Same. So basically, what I did for this episode, and obviously, I don't have to do it every time, but I kind of categorized it by wrestling company. So we're gonna start with Impact today. Deanna Purrazzo debuted for Impact again.
Yeah.
I haven't seen her debut this time. But you know what? I'm glad that she's in a place that she likes instead of being in.
I don't think she had an official match. I think she did like a run-in or something. She might have had the match. I don't necessarily know, but I think
I don't know.
run. I think
Me
it was
neither. I don't really watch Impact Wrestling.
I don't either.
Same.
I mean,
but I will watch Slammiversary.
yes.
It's gonna be good as fuck.
That will be on Impact Plus, right?
It should be. It should be live on there.
Okay, sweet.
Yeah.
Because I'll have my laptop charger by tomorrow, and then I can watch Slammiversary, baby.
Yeah. So speaking of Slammiversary announced that they're gonna have a fatal 5-way main event for their.
I'm excited. I'm excited for this match.
Me too. It's who is it? It's Eddie Edwards,
it's
Tessa
Eddie
Blanchard,
Edwards, Michael Elgin, Tessa Blanchard, Trey, and Ace Austin.
That's right. I'm honestly, I'm a fan of Tessa, but I really hope Trey gets it because I've been a fan of Trey for a while now.
I kind of want to see Ace Austin become world champion.
Fuck Ace Austin.
Hold on. Here's why. He's a great heel. He's a great heel, but he's not like MJF caliber heel yet.
Right.
But the way he really showcased his character on Impact, demanding that he becomes world champion, was amazing. I love that. I don't think it's going to be Eddie Edwards. He's been Impact World Champion before. Well, TNA
Yeah.
World Heavyweight Champion,
Right.
of course.
Same thing.
I don't think Michael Elgin will. I mean, it's possible. Trey may, but I feel like what is going to happen is the final. Is it elimination by any chance, or is it one fall
No,
to?
one fall.
Damn. See, I was hoping for elimination because then the final two could have been Trey and Ace.
That'd be
That
cool.
would have been,
But
that would
no,
have been really awesome.
it's just the fatal 5-way. One fall.
Okay. I think Ace Austin's gonna win. But I know for a fact it's gonna be a really good match.
Oh yeah, 100%.
I can't wait for Slammiversary.
And we are definitely doing predictions on that one too. So
Yes, we are. Yes, definitely.
So there's a former Knockouts champion returning. I don't remember who this was now. She's not like a huge star or anything.
It's not Gail Kim. Is it
No.
ODB maybe?
No, it's
No.
God, what the fuck was her name now?
Madison Rain.
Nope.
Angel.
Look it up.
It's not Angelina Love because I think she's done wrestling. I think she, along with Davey Richards, they both quit wrestling. Not Awesome Kong because she's in AEW.
Yep.
Former Knockouts champion.
Yeah.
Hmm.
She's from like the mid 2000s.
Yeah, it's not Gail Kim, obviously not.
No.
I don't think so. Former knock. Is it Mickey James maybe?
No.
No.
Nope. God, I can't. No, she's not a star at all.
Oh.
I have never heard of her before. I've heard of all those people you just named off. God, what's her name now?
Just look up Impact Wrestling news. I mean, that's.
Is it Gail Kim?
Nope.
No. Can't be. Impact Wrestling.
Fuck off.
This is fun, ladies and gentlemen. We love doing this.
Yeah, this is great. Not remembering anything after you just looked it up a couple days ago.
Former Knockouts champion. Who was a Knockouts champion in the early 2000s? See, all I remember: Gail Kim, Awesome Kong, Angelina Love, Velvet Sky, Madison Rain.
Okay, you know what? We're gonna look up list of knockout
champions.
Impact Knockouts champions. Because when I see it, I will know who she is.
You'll know.
Yeah. Where is she?
Is it Tara?
No, it's not Tara.
No.
It was around here. It's her, Taylor Wilde.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I remember her.
Yeah.
It wasn't. I don't think she was Impact Women's Champion. Knockouts.
Right here. 3 champion. June 24th, 2008.
Huh.
And then she lost it October 23rd, 2008 to Awesome Kong.
Okay, so she held it. So she held it for like four or 5 months.
Yeah.
So not bad.
No, not at all.
Taylor Wilde. Oh, she was in WWE. Well, Florida Championship Wrestling. Well, she never made it to the main. Yeah, she was in developmental, but she never made it to the main roster.
Actually, I don't think she was in FCW. I'm pretty sure she was in DSW.
It says FCW right there.
Where?
It says Deep South and Florida Championship Wrestling.
Oh. Okay,
yeah.
Yeah, Deep South, and then I guess she was on FCW. Not a whole lot though.
No, because that shortly after she got a contract from TNA, and she decided to take it. Which honestly, I mean, I'm not mad about that. I think she was good in Impact. It really fitted her style much better.
Yeah.
Because like with WWE, they like to change you and have you be this certain wrestler with this certain style. And I don't think it would work for
persona.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, that's cool. Taylor Wilde's coming back to Impact.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, she's coming back. I for the life of me, I couldn't remember her name because I started
Yeah,
watching
see,
Impact
I couldn't either. I couldn't really remember her name either, but like
I
I recognized her face.
I started watching Impact Wrestling around this time right here.
Yeah.
Actually, I think it was later than that because Jeff and Matt Hardy were still in it. They're doing their broken gimmick.
Hmm.
So I think it was more around here when Rosemary was the champion when I started watching it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Decay had all the championships. They had the knockouts and the tag team.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah. And then I kind of stopped watching it when um the Hardy Boys came back to WWE.
Hmm. Right. Okay. Awesome. We couldn't figure that out for some reason, but like, damn. Okay. But at
Yeah.
least we found out. Them like still searching.
Yeah.
I would have been like, okay, let's just move on.
All right. So a couple weeks ago, Impact had that teaser trailer for Slammiversary. It
Yep.
had Machine Gun Carl Anderson, Luke Gallows, or Doc Gallows, I guess he was called back then.
Yep.
Eric Young, EC3, um, Rockstar Spud,
Mhm.
Bulgarian Flag, Micah Maria Canales,
Yeah.
or Micah Maria Bennett.
Yeah.
I hate calling them Micah Maria Canales because their last name
The
is fucking Bennett.
miracle is back.
The miracle is back in
I
Impact.
love that gimmick. I love that gimmick. The Miracle Mike Bennett.
I know because remember we talked about it when I started watching Impact.
Yeah. I
So
knew he was gonna be big,
yeah,
but like when I found out him and Maria were going back Maria was going back
Maria
to,
going back.
yeah, and he was going to WWE. I was like, they're gonna mess him up. They're gonna really soil his career.
And they did.
Yeah, I mean, from the moment he entered, when I believe they came out at No Mercy
I believe so, yeah. For no
2016,
reason.
they just make their elaborate entrance and it's like it's like a Maria Kanellis, and I'm like, what the
What?
hell is this? I was like, what the hell?
Well,
That like he
you
couldn't do a run in and just like be a badass.
um so with that, playing a couple weeks ago, and obviously Rockstar Spud's not coming back because he signed to NXT.
Mhm.
Who do you guys think is actually coming back to Impact? I'll start with Jason.
I honestly don't know because I really don't watch Impact too much. I catch it here and there, so I'm not 100% sure.
Right, but like just out of the former WWE stars.
I would have to say, you know, possibly Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson.
I hope so.
Mhm.
I could see them, they're, starting to take flight and impact.
Maybe we could maybe. Aaron.
Um, I think Gallows and Anderson are going back to Japan or possibly AEW. Maybe.
Well,
Um,
Carl Anderson after he got released, had a video of them going to Japan, so that is already confirmed. When they start having their show, well, when they can start wrestling again,
yeah.
that they are definitely going to Japan.
Yeah.
But
They
maybe they could make a stop in Impact.
possibly. I mean, I don't think that's a bad idea to do. EC3 definitely is coming back home to
Mm-hmm.
Impact. Rockstar Spud, as you know, got a new contract from WWE on NXT.
Yeah. So
Um,
he's still Drake Maverick as of right now,
yep. As of right now, he's still Drake Maverick.
which is unfortunate. People still call him Spud too.
I know. I when I first saw him come on WWE, I was like, oh, it's Rockstar Spud.
He's like, nope, it's Drake Maverick.
Yep. And then I like that name, Drake Maverick.
Really? I'm not a fan of Drake Maverick.
I like it. I think it's better than Rockstar Spud.
Yeah.
But I can see the Bulgarian Brute Rusev or Miro make an appearance on Impact.
Oh yeah.
I would love, honestly, this is what I want to see so bad. I want to see Lana get her release from WWE. As much as that sounds mean and harsh, but I feel Rusev and Lana together, you can't, like, it's like peanut butter and jelly, you know?
Right.
I feel like if Lana joined with Rusev on Impact, that would be amazing.
Right.
To see.
I mean, it will be pretty cool.
That and like, what is she actually doing in WWE? You know, I haven't seen her wrestle.
Between Bobby Lashley and MVP and Drew McIntyre.
You know, but you know, she's wrestled so many matches before, but you know, all she's doing is just staying backstage.
Pretty much.
Like, so I honestly think that WWE should release her. You know, save on money. You know, instead of
she's a good manager. You know, she's a great manager. One of the best female managers, of course.
I agree.
She does kind of remind me of like a mixture of Miss Elizabeth and Sensational Sherry.
Yeah.
She has both of those characterizations from the two. But yeah, like she's only wrestled maybe like 3-4 matches, something like that.
Actually, I think she wrestled almost 10 because she wrestled in all the Royal Rumble matches.
Oh yeah,
she did have a WrestleMania match too.
Yep.
Her first match was at WrestleMania 32. But like, yeah, I don't know. I would much rather see Rusev and Lana together in Impact. Yeah. But I mean, if that doesn't happen, I'd still be pretty excited to see Rusev in Impact Wrestling.
Yeah.
EC3, of course, for sure.
Of course.
Maybe we'll see Matt Cardona and Brian Myers.
Maybe. Oh, by the way, they're actually on one of the recent episodes of the Talk of Jericho podcast. I recommend that show. I listened to it and I love it. They're both on it together. It's awesome.
Oh yeah, dude, they're like funny thing. They hated each other when they first started training together.
I know they talk about all of that. Like it's so funny.
Like yeah, I thought that was funny. Like they first hated each other, and then they got to know each other and became best friends and tag team partners.
It was really funny. You know what? I'm not. I'm not gonna spoil anything. Definitely, if you want to listen to both of them talk about how they met, how they became friends, the edge, all of that stuff, go watch the Talk is Jericho or go listen to the Talk is Jericho podcast on Spotify or wherever you get your podcast from. Free plug for Talk is Jericho.
Yep. Hell yeah.
Yeah. All right, so we're gonna move on.
Yep.
So So I saw this really interesting article. It's Alundra Blaze talking about who she wanted to wrestle from AEW and WWE. At first she said she wasn't sure who she wanted to wrestle in WWE. But she said the person she definitely wants to wrestle, if she came back to wrestle, the person that she would want to wrestle is Nyla Rose.
Right.
Which is dope, first of all. Getting that rub from Alundra Blaze, one of the best women's champions of all time.
Yeah.
Come on. Like, that is amazing.
I would love to see that match, to be honest.
Too.
Alundra Blaze, great veteran. Great wrestler. Great talker too. Not many people know how good she can really talk and cut a promo. But like, if you really like, in WCW, she was definitely a great talker.
Mm-hmm.
Nyla Rose, great athlete.
I agree.
One hell of a wrestler.
Yes.
I feel like they could definitely tear the house down in a match.
Maybe
together.
All Out?
I think it'd be one of the greatest matches of AEW.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, possibly one of the greatest, but like,
yeah,
in that ballpark, definitely.
Right.
Oh yeah. But she didn't mention that she wanted to wrestle her, but she did mention that she does like Lacey Evans, which I guess is saying something.
Right.
I'm not really sure what it is. I'm not personally. I'm not a Lacey Evans fan. I don't think her work is kind of sloppy.
Yeah.
Her promos are pretty decent, but like she still seems kind of green to me in the ring.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's just a personal thing to me. That I see when she wrestles.
I think she was brought up to the main roster too early.
Way too early.
Way too early. They should have kept her in developmental for maybe another year or two, even to really, because
get her full potential.
Her first time was, I believe, the Mae Young Classic tournament.
Yeah, it was.
Or like around there. And I mean, she was good. I enjoy what I saw from her. I think, she's a great athlete. Plus, she was a former Marine, so she's got that athletic build.
Yeah.
But I feel like she was brought up to the main roster way too early.
Way too early.
I agree.
But she's good in the ring. She can move and do things that I haven't really seen any women do in the last 10 years.
She can't, and I really think she needs to do finisher because her woman's right is just WMD. I mean, it's not. If we see it all the time.
Right.
Right. Yeah, I know. And
like she's athletic. Like she trained for wrestling. Like she is an athletic person. So why is she punching people in the face?
Right, and that's not like it's not her style.
I feel like if I saw her with a brainbuster finisher, oh my god, that would be so cool.
That or like
call it the Liberty Buster.
Yeah. Maybe like a modified like rock bottom or something, or like a reverse rock bottom or something. Like she's a brawler. Like that's what her thing is.
Right.
She gets in there. Like she's not.
What about a big boot?
The fucking flatliner that Mr. Kennedy used to use called the Mike. Driving really fast and hard on the mat. Boom. Like I feel like she needs a finisher that, like, she can either lift up her opponent or like a slam or something, not just like a strike.
Right. Like it seems like that would be like a signature more than a finisher.
If she, like a setup for the finisher.
Yeah.
Like she can still do the women's right, but not as a finisher. Move it as a signature startup move for the finisher.
Right, like she punches them in the face and they turn around and she does like a scorpion death drop or something.
Yeah.
Right.
Or like, ooh,
what if or doing a fucking.
What if she did a reverse brain buster, like reverse DDT hold, pick her up like that and drop her like a brain buster.
And she's so quick, she goes goes to the top rope. Why doesn't she just use one of the top rope finishers?
She does the BM.
Right.
And honestly, she does it really well. The fact that she can stand facing forward her opponent, jump off the middle rope, turn, and do a moonsault off the top rope, amazing. I've seen that before, but like I've never seen a woman wrestler do that.
No.
Ever. Right. Like not even Lita can do that. And Lita was that as hell.
Yeah. But yeah, so I'm not a huge Lacey Evans mark yet, but I hope she like changes her finisher and probably changes her stupid fucking music and probably her like
her
attire name.
I feel like if they put her back in NXT, turn her heel, give her new music and new style.
And then bring her up.
Eventually, like it would be like a couple years.
Right.
Just let her develop.
Also, like, I know she's not a heel, but she still talks like one.
Yeah, no, she has that heel mannerisms.
Everything she does screams heel to me. She's not. She's supposed to be a face.
She used to be a heel, and then like she kind of changed, and then like kind of goes back and forth.
But she didn't, like, it's like Charlotte. Like, she can't be a face. She's a heel. Everything she does is a heel.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I don't get it.
Anyway,
let's move on.
Yeah.
So Randy Orton did not buy a plane. Did you guys see this? Did you guys hear about this?
No.
Nothing about this. I heard about the Randy Orton stuff with Tommaso Ciampa, but
right. So Randy Orton took a picture of himself on a plane for Twitter, and everyone's saying that he bought a plane. Well, he was on Corey Graves After the Bell podcast this week.
Not a good podcast to listen to.
Yeah. And well, Randy Orton, because Corey Graves is like, well, so you bought a plane, and Randy Orton's like, no, I didn't buy a plane. He's talking about all the guys that texted him, hey, dude, like, congrats on the plane. He's like, well, the biggest pop I got was that Undertaker texted me. I was like, oh no.
Oh God.
He's like, some guys play checkers. You're playing chess. Congrats on the plane, kid. He's like, no, like I'm like, like I got the Undertaker, and it's really funny because he's like I went home and my wife's like, why did you say you bought a plane? He's like, I didn't say that. She's like, look at your Twitter.
Just blowing up.
So now if a pro wrestler takes a picture in a plane, he bought the plane.
Apparently, yeah.
Just go with the flow, everybody.
Yeah, just yeah, dude. I bought a plane, dude. Like, it's crazy to me that the Undertaker's like, nah, he bought a plane.
He bought a plane, dog.
He got it.
Out of all the people to text them to say that, the last person I would think would do that is the Undertaker.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, he did too, apparently.
What a rib.
All right. So, have you guys seen anything about Jeff Hardy's new angle in WWE?
Yeah, I hate it. I hate it so much. It's like I was talking to my mom about this. How they're doing because I told my mom about like the car accident part of the angle.
Yeah.
And how Jeff used to be an addict, and they're kind of bringing that back. And my mom literally said it best: you can't do that because that will mess him up. And I was like, yeah, you're right, because one, Matt's not there to help him anymore. He doesn't have his older brother. He has no one to have his back in WWE. Jeff is a loner. He likes the beat of his own drum. Like, I don't like it. I feel like it's so disrespectful to Jeff that they're doing this angle. Especially now, since he's been clean for 5 years, right?
Yeah, and he could slip up and have a relapse.
Exactly. And we don't need that.
No.
One last mishap, he could die. It's just, I don't like how they're doing this angle. I don't like it at all. It's sickening.
And with like the whole Sheamus, bringing it out, telling everybody, how he used to be an addict, don't bring up his past,
Right. Yeah.
There's a time and a place for it, but not then.
This kind of angle made sense when it was Jeff Hardy and CM Punk, because they played it out so well. And it was like, I mean, Jeff was really messed up at that time too.
Yeah, but
it worked. Like, it made sense to do that angle. Now, since Jeff's been clean for over 5 years, there's no point to do it.
Right.
That's
Why?
just
So
gonna
he could just
he
slip
could
up and
yeah.
relapse?
I mean, I don't think he will, but they're never say never.
Right,
No
but
pun
there's
intended.
always that one. There's always that chance.
Right. Uh, Jeff has had a long, long history of drug and alcohol abuse, and
Yeah, I was talking
and
to my grandma the other day about it,
hmm
and I told her about the CM Punk angle with Chris Jericho, where every
yeah,
time CM Punk would do something, Chris Jericho's like, "You're gonna be an alcoholic, just like your father," and stuff like that.
uh, yeah,
I was like, it's the same thing. Like
drug addict.
you're taking something so real and so personal and making it into like a joke almost.
Right.
Yeah, and
It's like it's not funny.
no, it's heartbreaking, honestly.
And being in a family like mine
Mm,
where there are actually people who are alcoholics, like that are related to me, and drug addicts that are related to me. It's it's disheartening for me because
mm,
I'm like, well, you're just making fun of people who actually have this fucking addiction,
right.
and
Right.
like this, it's a personal thing to me because I know people. Like I like my I guess he's my uncle now. He just got picked up again for domestic abuse because he was high. Because he shot up meth again,
Oh my god.
and it's
That's
like it's a real thing to me. Like it's
Yeah,
in like everyday life.
right.
yeah.
It speaks louder to people who have family like that.
Right,
You
Even
know,
even if like yourself had a past of drug addiction,
right,
alcohol addiction,
you
yeah,
see,
best believe I'll
not
punch
just family
somebody in the
members.
face. They
Like
want to say something like that.
say I was addicted to drugs and alcohol, and I got clean, and they were doing this shit on TV. Oh fuck, I'm gonna relapse. I, if I keep watching this, it's
like
just like just like that.
it's stupid.
It's uh, then they did the pee test, and then Jeff
Yeah,
just threw it in Sheamus's face, which
That
I
was
thought was
hilarious.
that was gross.
that was gross. It's not real
Ew.
though.
I know, but it was hilarious. So
Probably
I'm
apple
talking to
juice.
Aaron.
It was probably apple
It
juice.
was probably
Really?
was.
Because I don't. I mean, it could have been actual piss. I mean, they've done stuff like that in the past. WWE has.
Yeah,
I mean, you know, but yeah,
but I don't think it would be real
you
piss
just don't
because
go down that route, especially with Jeff Hardy.
yeah,
right,
especially with Jeff Hardy.
right, and I don't think it was piss due to the circumstances that are going around right now.
Right.
You know,
All right, let's move on.
Kill me, please. I just.
So Paul Heyman got fired from his executive director job.
Hmm.
Um, if you guys don't know why, because Vince didn't like Paul Heyman's direction, and Paul Heyman had to keep Vince happy, even though he was the executive director. Um, so Vince
And,
didn't like it.
and if the
What?
boss isn't happy, you're just gone.
nobody's happy.
Yeah. So when Eric Bischoff came in with Paul Heyman to do the executive director stuff, they actually replaced Eric with Bruce Pritchard. If you
Hmm.
guys don't know who Bruce Pritchard is, he's Brother Love. He brought him the Undertaker when he debuted. I love you.
He was
I,
at Money in the Bank 2020.
I literally always have to talk about him so I can get in my I love you impression. Every time.
Oh, brother love.
Um, so they actually merged Raw and SmackDown's writing teams, and
Hmm.
Mr. Brother Love himself is the head of the writing team now, and Paul Heyman is quote focusing on his on-screen role. Maybe that means Brock Lesnar's coming back. Maybe.
I
I did
or
see something about Brock
maybe,
Lesnar uh,
or he may
talking
now
about
have
another contract.
Aaron, say that again.
or he may have a new Paul Heyman guy.
I hope so, honestly, because like,
Bobby Lashley. I would love to see Bobby Lashley paired with Paul Heyman.
Bobby Lashley leaves Lana for for Paul Heyman.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be funny.
Or
That'd be an
or
epic story.
you could ooh no. pair him up with Seth Rollins.
No,
Maybe.
bring CM Punk back.
Yes.
No, I got it. You turn Aleister Black heel and you pair him up with Paul Heyman.
No.
Oh, dude.
Wouldn't work.
Yeah, it would.
It wouldn't work.
Why wouldn't it?
Because usually when you pair someone up with Paul Heyman, they don't speak well. Aleister Black speaks well. Seth Rollins speaks well.
His accent.
Shit, even CM Punk speaks well. Bobby Lashley or even Braun Strowman would probably be the best way to go.
Braun?
Yeah.
Braun can speak. He's gotten better at promos.
Yeah.
I don't see.
But he still has the "I'm a giant" voice. He doesn't really talk like that.
I don't see him turning heel really soon. Maybe pair him up with Otis.
No.
Mr. Money in the Bank.
No.
As much as I want CM Punk to come back, that would be really cool. Punk and Heyman back together.
That'd be amazing. Even though, again, CM Punk doesn't need him. I mean, during his year-long title reign, I mean he didn't have to speak at all. He just like, here you go, Paul. You can talk. Like, kind of like a heel thing.
Yeah, and like Paul Heyman just stood there holding the title.
Yeah, he did. Like that's really what he did.
That was amazing though. That was awesome.
Yeah, I agree.
But yeah, with Paul Heyman, see, I Paul Heyman's a good writer. He's a good, like, when it comes to writing storylines and stuff.
Yeah.
But I like Bruce Pritchard too. He has good ideas as well.
See, now I agree. Obviously, I'm a huge Pritchard mark. Obviously, I love Brother Love.
Brother Love.
Of course.
Rumor and innuendo.
That's right. I don't deal in rumor and innuendo, but I'll tell you what. So I agree. I just wish they could have just kept it separate and give the actual power to Heyman and Pritchard and let them do what they want.
See, let Heyman take over SmackDown, Pritchard Raw.
I don't know though, because
I feel like when Heyman was with SmackDown in the early 2000s as SmackDown general manager, that was my favorite times of Heyman in WWE. Then obviously with the rebirth of ECW, all that stuff.
Yeah, but you have to remember, SmackDown isn't the same as it used to be.
No.
Yeah, no.
Plus, Raw has a lot more people that Heyman can use pretty well.
That's maybe Heyman and Austin Theory.
No.
I don't like Austin Theory. He is really green on the mic and in the ring. He is he got called up way too early.
He wasn't really in NXT that long either. He literally came from Evolve, had maybe a few matches on NXT, and then came right on to Raw.
Yeah, and that is way too quick.
In Evolve.
Yeah.
Speaking of Evolve, did you hear about WWE possibly purchasing Evolve?
I thought they already did.
It hasn't been confirmed or denied yet. But there are rumors saying that WWE may be possibly purchasing Evolve. So,
all right,
but who knows? We'll see what happens.
So the Total Bellas are coming back for season 6.
Mm-hmm.
I tried to find something on the Total Divas. As of right now, nothing has been said if season 10 is happening.
I miss Total Divas.
Me too.
I love that show. I'm currently past Lana's wedding, the second wedding. He had to go to Bulgaria.
Yeah.
God, that Bulgarian tradition shit. No thank you.
It's so weird. So weird. So I did get an actual date. Well, maybe not an actual date. So I saw an article about Adam Cole's contract.
Mm-hmm.
And so as of right now, his contract does not end soon. Like they were saying, it ends. They said a couple months ago it ended in the end of July, I believe.
Something like that, or like early July, something like that, or
Yeah.
maybe late, you know.
Um,
But
he has 18 more months on his current contract. That's his
yeah,
current contract. It's not a new
yeah,
contract. It's the contract he's already on.
yeah, because when he signed a 3-year deal,
Right. So he
or
still
no, he
has over a year
signed when he
left.
re-signed.
Oh
Right.
yeah.
He re-signed,
That's,
yes.
that's he signed
Um,
a 3-year deal.
but there is no no one knows if he's gonna re-sign again or he's gonna let the 18 months play out and say see you later and move on to AEW.
I
I
think
think
that's what he'll do.
Most
I don't
likely,
know. I like Adam Cole in WWE right now. He's a top. He's a top guy.
he's the top.
Oh, that's the top guy in NXT.
It
Um,
counts. It counts.
it counts. Yes. Okay, it counts.
Did you guys
Um,
see the match between Valentine Dream and Adam Cole?
No.
Oh my
the
god.
the brawl. It
Yeah.
was okay. The lighting sucked, but like the
Yes.
match itself was fine. It was just the setting. I think they should have just had it in the actual performance center in the ring with a stipulation. Obviously, they had the stipulation if Adam Cole wins, Velveteen Dream cannot compete for the title as long as Adam Cole's champion.
Right.
So, but yeah, I don't see. Obviously, Adam Cole's not going anytime soon, but I
Right.
feel like he will resign with WWE for maybe another couple of years. Maybe not. Maybe we'll see him in AEW in a couple of years. Who
Maybe.
knows? Or
Or
maybe we'll see him go back to Japan.
maybe we see Britt Baker get brought over to NXT.
That'd be
I
pretty
mean, she
cool.
has been shown at NXT shows like earlier this year,
I think it's funny that she was, but
but that
Adam
was
Cole was
only to
banned.
support Adam. That was the only reason she wasn't shown to be hyped to sign a contract with WWE. She was just there to support her fiance.
I know, but their AEW wrestlers are allowed to go to NXT to like the NXT stuff, but WWE wrestlers cannot go to AEW stuff.
Yeah, no, I think it's so stupid that Adam
It
Cole
is.
can't even go to a show literally maybe an hour from his house in Tampa,
Yeah.
to go see his fiance wrestle or
Yeah.
do her role model gimmick.
Right. It's stupid.
It's so
Even though he
dumb.
did go to a few shows anyway.
He doesn't care.
No, he doesn't care because he's like, well,
He's
I'm gonna marry her, so fuck you.
right. That's like saying if obviously Chelsea Green, um, Zack Ryder or Matt Cardona.
Matt
Well,
Cardona,
see, I still call him Zack Ryder.
dude.
Matt,
He
Matt
okay.
Cardona.
So hold on.
Yeah.
So on that, this is Talk is Jericho podcast with
Mm.
Cardona and Myers.
Yeah.
Matt's like, yeah, like everyone called me Zach. Even my dad called me Zach.
Yeah, his dad keeps calling him Zack
He's
Ryder.
like, so it's gonna be. He's like, I even forgot I had a real name. I just thought my name was Zach Ryder for 10 years.
Yeah. That's just like if Chelsea Green was still in WWE, obviously, and Matt Cardona wanted to come see her wrestle, and they kind of like, because since he's not a contracted wrestler with WWE anymore, they could be like, nope,
Right.
which is so stupid because like
Yeah.
it's so dumb.
Yeah. It is dumb. So
Um.
I looked up. I'm looking up Backlash right now for the predictions here in a few minutes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah.
Um. So I looked up. I just looked up WWE Backlash and
Uh-huh.
I went down to the 2020 section. It says a Backlash event which was originally scheduled to occur in 2019 was canceled and replaced by Stomping Grounds. Why would you replace Backlash for Stomping Grounds?
It still says Backlash is happening.
No, I know. I'm
Oh,
saying
oh,
back in last year when they had
oh, yeah,
Stomping
Right.
yeah.
Grounds. Why would you
Right.
replace Backlash, one of the pretty, everyone likes Backlash, for Stomping Grounds?
Which I didn't understand that too, even on like the WWE network app. If you look up Backlash, the last one that happened was in 2018.
Yeah.
Yeah.
which I thought that was kind of weird because I was watching Backlash the
All
other
right,
night.
I got the match card.
I mean, I'm getting it too. It just
Oh,
pissed me off that
yeah.
Stomping Grounds replaced one of the greatest pay-per-views of all time last year.
I know, right?
Stupid.
So stupid. Stomping Ground, like, don't get me wrong, Stomping Grounds was okay, but it's not better than Backlash.
Oh my god.
What?
I get now. I understand why they call it the greatest wrestling match ever, because the song they're using is the Greatest Show from The Greatest Showman.
Yeah, I know.
That's why they named it the greatest wrestling match, just to use that song.
Yeah, I know. Like every time they do a promo for that match, that song plays, and it's just like, really?
Why would you want to use a song from a guy, or from a movie about a guy who abuses animals in his circus?
I don't get it.
This
It's so
guy is an asshole. I'm gonna make sure that this is rated MA. That this guy is an asshole. He tortured his animals. He treated his performers like shit. I mean,
Mhm.
he even treated his fucking audience like shit. He treated
Right.
everyone like shit. They make this
Yeah.
fucking movie. Everyone's like, "Oh my god, P.T. Barnum's the best fucking dude ever," and it's like, this is a fucking asshole. He's
All
a
right.
fucking dick. Anyway,
Yeah. Let's move on. Okay.
All right.
So match
hold
number.
on. We're not done with this list yet.
Oh,
Charlotte Flair is never going away.
damn it!
She is now set. Obviously, this can change. She is now set to be the new Raw Women's Champion. Why? Why is this a thing? Why is she shoved down our throats when
Nobody
nobody
likes Charlotte.
Why is this a thing?
I, 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 I don't know, man.
This
Because
shit
she's
gets
a
me.
Flair.
Yeah, she's not even as good a talker as her dad is.
Oh,
hell no. Hell no. Oh, hell no.
I was talking to my grandma about this. I'm like, I get that she's a Flair. I get it. But her dad was actually interesting. I got my alligator shoes on. I fly private jets more than you. She doesn't say anything.
No. She just like says, "Oh, because my dad was blah blah blah," and I'm like, just like, okay, stop bringing your dad in every promo.
Ric Flair is like,
It only worked when Ric Flair was actually managing her. That's the only time when that worked.
Yeah.
But now since Rick isn't involved with Charlotte as of late, obviously,
Right.
there's no point to keep bringing him up. Like, yes, we get it. Your dad is Ric fucking Flair.
Yeah.
We get it. Move on.
Move on. Talk about something
change
else.
your character. Okay, we don't want a female Ric Flair.
No, we already have a male one. We don't need a female one.
We already have the best Ric Flair. We don't need one to taint the name Ric Flair.
In my honest opinion, she needs to step down away from WWE.
She needs a new finisher. She needs a new finisher.
That she should go to AEW. I think she'd be better off in AEW.
I feel like she should just quit wrestling entirely.
I'm actually going to I'm going to agree with Jason.
What?
Oh, listen. Hold on. So listen, okay. So WWE makes all her promos and makes the music, which is just her dad's reused music, and put the Flair name on her name.
Mm-hmm.
If she went to AEW, instead of being Charlotte Flair,
they could have a heyday.
She could be Ashley Fleer, right? It's different, right?
I think that's how you pronounce the last name.
She could make herself an actual fucking star instead of relying on her dad.
Right.
That is all WWE, and I blame WWE for that. Because all the promos are scripted, so it's obviously not her fault for what she's talking about. Mm-hmm. She was just Charlotte for the longest time, which is actually
And then,
kind of funny because everyone else gets their last name taken away. They add one for her.
see, I liked her when she was just known as Charlotte. That's
Yeah,
it. No flair into it. You knew it. You knew she was Flair's daughter. You
right.
knew,
Yeah,
but
but it wasn't in your face.
It wasn't shoved down our throats like it is now.
Right.
Like,
That's what we hate the most.
Whereas if she's Ashley, she can be herself.
Right.
yeah.
Because Charlotte's where she's from. She's from Charlotte, North Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
That's why they gave her the name Charlotte.
See, I don't understand why they gave her the name Charlotte for that reason. They should have just let her use her real name in WWE.
Ric Flair does.
John Cena does. Randy Orton. I mean, who else?
Oh, you know, Rob Van Dam.
To an extent, Rob Van Dam.
Chris Jericho. I know his last name's Irvin, but he goes like Jericho anyway all the time.
Yeah. He's known as Chris Jericho.
Yeah.
Even in AEW, they say Chris Jericho.
Chris Benoit used his real name in WWE.
Chris Benoit, Eddie Guerrero, Chavo Guerrero, Vicky Guerrero.
Oh, I'm pretty sure.
Dean Malenko, yeah.
Speaking about Vicky, she was on AEW the other week.
Yeah, she's always on
WWE. Did you know that she's banned from WWE now?
Good.
That's funny.
Which is stupid. Like, she shouldn't be banned because she went to an AEW show.
Did you hear about Hulk Hogan and his wife can't go to any AEW shows?
Yes.
Good. We don't need that egotistical bastard in AEW.
I think it had to do with some racial thing.
No, Tony just didn't want to do business with him.
Well, that plus 5 years ago, he said the N-word on a sex tape.
Yeah.
Because his daughter was dating a black dude.
Mm-hmm.
And he was talking shit about him on that video.
Which is so uncalled for.
It is.
Can we Oh, so speaking of Charlotte, apparently she wants to challenge for the WWE Championship, the men's title.
Honestly, I'd be okay with that.
I mean, okay, I would too. I mean, obviously, since they're doing it in Impact, right. Why can't women do what men do?
Exactly.
Like Bully Ray said it best with his interview with Chris Van Vliet. When did wrestlers become soft? Right. Intergender wrestling is honestly amazing. If they showed him one of the hype packages, or no, I was watching a video, top moves that made me go holy shit, and it showed a match between Mia Yim and Keith Lee.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure Mia Yim picked him up or something. But that's awesome.
Yeah.
For example, we saw intergender action at WrestleMania 34 when Ronda Rousey and Triple H went at it. Kind of. But we still got that.
Right.
But yeah, I feel like if Charlotte won the men's title, I would kind of be annoyed, but I would kind of not be mad about it either. She would be the first woman to win the men's world title in WWE. Yeah. She'd be making more history than her dad ever did.
That is true.
To an extent, obviously.
Well, okay, so he's the first 16-time world champion, but she would make enormous history being the first ever female WWE.
Female
WWE.
That is insane.
You know how, if there was a crowd and, a full fucking crowd of people and she won that title, dude, the place would go ballistic.
I mean, that's supposed to happen 20 years ago anyway. With China.
Yeah, China was supposed to win the Rumble that year in 99. Yeah. She was supposed to win the Rumble and go on WrestleMania and defeat The Rock, I believe.
It was The Rock.
Rock or Stone Cold. Because I believe Stone Cold and Vince were supposed to have a match at Mania.
Yeah.
That year. But, I mean, that would have been so cool, too.
That would have been amazing.
And like, say if like China were still alive to this day, God rest her soul.
Mhm.
Um, to see her and Charlotte go at it to determine who's going to be the first female to be the men's champion.
That'd be amazing.
Imagine that.
China would win.
I mean, you can recreate in WWE 2K20.
True.
Kind of. You can't win the men's title with a woman,
No, you
but
can't.
you can do Charlotte versus China.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that would be really cool to see. I'd be kind of weirded out at first, and then I'd be like, all right, I see you, Charlotte.
See, now, that's the thing, though. Like, everyone's like, hey, like, okay, so let me preface this before anyone jumps on me for it.
Right.
Obviously, I myself, I can't speak for anybody else on this podcast. I myself identify as a feminist. Okay, can say that outright. Okay, I want everyone to be treated equally, with no biases, racially, gender, whatever.
Right.
But everyone just want to be treated equal. So if we're all treated equal, then why can't a woman fight for the world championship?
Like, why can't a woman play in the NFL or in the NHL?
Yeah,
Why do they have to have separate leagues for women? Like,
exactly. Like, that's
why
fucking
can't
stupid.
women? Because like there are females that are badass at football that can
Yeah,
do it better than the men, half the men in the NFL.
yeah.
Right.
And
I
if
want to
we
throw
saw,
some in here after you guys are done too.
and
Okay.
if we saw a woman in the NFL, that would be amazing. Like not just as a coach,
No.
but as a player,
Yeah,
a Super Bowl champion.
that'd be amazing.
That would be.
To go on with what you were saying, Jared, they're going to have a lot of controversy, with like, because, what happens when a guy hits a girl?
So
They're going to get a domestic violence, right? So I
not
think they're going to get all
No.
that controversy and stuff from that. That's why I think they haven't done that yet.
Yeah, like okay.
okay. Here's an example of a brutal intergender match: Christian versus Trish Stratus from 2004 on Raw, right before WrestleMania 20. Dude, Christian beat the shit out of her. He clotheslined her as hard as he could, and Trish took it better than anyone could ever take a clothesline.
I get what you're saying, Jason. I get it.
Yeah.
But right, we're all equal, right?
Right. Yeah. We're all equal.
We all bleed red.
So if Charlotte went up to, let's say she went up to Drew McIntyre, right? And
Right.
she's like, listen, I don't give a fuck. If you want to beat the hell out of me, I'm going to beat the hell out of you. So making sure everyone knows what's going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Like preface everything so that kind of stuff doesn't happen.
Mm-hmm.
Because obviously a lot of people are going to be upset about it. But if she's like, look, I'm going to beat the hell out of you. I don't care what you do to me. You better be ready because I'm going to beat the hell out of you. Kind of. So she's the one challenging him. Whereas if it was Drew, trying to challenge her, that's a little different. But if she goes up and challenges him, I
That's amazing.
think she might get away. I think WWE might get away with that.
Right.
See if she challenges first. That's kind of like what they did in Impact with Tessa Blanchard and Sami Callihan. She challenged him.
Yeah.
But like, see if Impact is doing it, why can't WWE do it? Like,
Exactly.
there are so many great female wrestlers that are so much better than the men, 10 times better.
Yeah.
And they get put in these 2-minute little bathroom break matches.
Yeah.
Well, like not now, obviously.
Not
like
now,
back in the day,
but they were.
But like, I feel like if like Bully Ray said, when did people in wrestling become so soft?
Yeah.
You know,
All right,
I
let's
think.
get on to predictions. So,
Can we please and thank you?
but before we start predictions, though, gotta give out the punishment for it.
Oh God, no.
So the punishment for this predictions is going to be the original In Your House from 1995 or 1991. Was it
God.
1991
95.
or 95? The original In Your House from 1995.
No.
Okay, so whoever loses the predictions, and I will make sure I write them down.
I already know.
Has to
It's gonna
watch.
be. I already know it's gonna be me because I suck at WWE predictions, but I'm great at AEW.
Yeah.
So
Has to watch In Your House #1.
oh God. Oh no. I'll pay you $100.
No.
Damn it. 150.
No.
Damn it.
The only way we're talking is 1.5 million.
That's right.
Oh, I don't have that kind of fucking money.
Exactly.
Well, you better go
so
rob
shut
a
your
bank.
mouth. Let's go.
I don't
Something.
have that kind of money.
Let's go. Predictions. Let's do this.
Okay. Edge versus Randy Orton. Well, since Edge won at Mania, I feel like Randy Orton's gonna win. I don't know.
Jason.
All right. Well, I'm gonna have to go with Edge on this one. His win over WrestleMania over Randy. They're still feuding. If it was me that somebody was talking about my kids and my wife, you best believe that I'm gonna be coming out on top. So I'm gonna have to go with Edge.
I'm also gonna go with Edge. So we can finally get this really stupid storyline done with.
Yeah.
I'm tired of it.
I feel like if Orton wins, then they're even, and then they can reform Radio RKO.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
um, I'm for this match. I am going with
You haven't read it out yet.
I'm looking at you right now, or I'm looking at it right now. Oh,
Okay.
oh,
But you haven't
oh,
read it out yet, so no one knows what you're
oh,
talking about.
oh. Okay, I'm sorry. Up next, we have Drew McIntyre versus Bobby Lashley for the WWE Championship. I think it's too early for McIntyre to lose the belt, but Lashley is pretty. I'm gonna go with Bobby Lashley on this one. I'm gonna go with the upset. I'm going with Bobby Lashley.
All right, Jason.
I'm gonna have to go with Drew McIntyre just for the fact that I read an article the other day stating that when Jinder Mahal is all better with his knee surgery, that he will, end up losing the title to Jinder Mahal later on. So I'm gonna have to go with Drew McIntyre, and also it's too soon for him to lose it.
Yes.
Yeah, but I feel like if they put the title, like especially with now what's going on, putting the title on Lashley is like a good idea. So I mean, if you think about it,
while I agree with you, I also disagree. Because no matter what's happening right now, you still have to think who's the better wrestler. And Bobby Lashley just isn't up to snuff. So I'm going Drew.
um, up next we have a handicap. It's a handicap match. Is it for the Universal title?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Braun Strowman taking on both The Miz and John Morrison. I'm gonna say Braun is gonna win, but then we're gonna see a cash in from Otis.
I'm gonna have to agree with you on that one, especially with everything that the Miz and John Morrison's done to Braun Strowman's car, and trying to make his life miserable. I don't see that.
I feel like they won't be able to be cohesive because I'm pretty sure whoever pins Braun or submits him wins the title.
Nope, nope.
Oh.
The rules that Miz and Morrison wanted were whoever wins, they're both champion.
Huh. Okay, so they'll be like way cool.
Yeah,
One half, they'll each have one half of the title.
that's right.
I'm still going Braun with cash in.
Um, hold on. I
Oh,
just have to tell you mine.
okay.
I'm going Miz and Morrison, but I'm also going with the cash in.
Oh, okay.
Because Otis can come in, do the double, the double
Ca-
stuff, and then
Caterpillar.
double caterpillar, fucking hell, and then pin both of them at the same time and win. So I'm going Miz and Morrison with the cash in.
Okay, not bad.
That's like the greatest move.
The caterpillar?
Yeah.
No, it's literally the worm with an elbow drop. That's
Okay.
lame.
Okay, but if you could get the Monster Among Men to do that with you, come on.
Yeah, I agree. All right, move on. Let's go.
Up next we have Asuka versus Nia Jax. Sorry, Nia's not winning this match. I don't want to see Nia as champion because she's dangerous in the ring. Asuka. I'm going with Asuka.
Jason.
I'm gonna have to go with Asuka with Kyrie Sane interfering in that match.
I don't think Kairi Sane's gonna be at Backlash.
I don't believe she is either.
Granted, this pay-per-view was already recorded.
Yeah.
They already taped it, so
Kyrie saying.
because Kairi Sane suffered a concussion on Raw.
Yeah. I'm going Nia Jax, and I'll tell you why. Because if you can play up how horrible she is in the ring, which she is pretty bad, then I think only then you will have people on board to have Charlotte win the championship. That's it. It's the only way.
You think that Charlotte will win the title from Jax?
Yep.
Charlotte's never beaten Nia Jax before.
Exactly.
She's beaten Asuka.
Exactly. You put a challenge in front of her and make sure she wins.
Okay. I mean that's yeah, I guess so. Up next we have Jeff Hardy versus Sheamus. I hate this storyline. I'm going with Jeff Hardy. I love Jeff Hardy. I think he needs this win more than Sheamus does.
And I'm gonna have to go with Jeff Hardy too. Sheamus is poking at his sobriety, and if I was in that situation,
I
I
think
would.
I think we're gonna see like Elias come back and be like, "Oh, who really did it?" or
Right.
something, or like on the next night on SmackDown or something.
I'm going with Sheamus. I didn't write it down. Sheamus, because I'm hoping that this will be the last thing Jeff Hardy ever does in WWE and never goes back.
Okay. Up next, we have the triple threat women's tag team match for the women's tag titles between the current champions, Bailey and Banks, Sasha Banks taking on the team of Bliss and Cross, and then the Iconics. I'm going with the Iconics on this one.
I don't really care for Bailey or Sasha Banks too much. Ever since Sasha Banks came back, she's been Bailey's lackey and interfering in 90% of her matches. So I'm gonna have to go with Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross.
Bold.
Regaining their tag team titles.
So I'm going with Aaron on this one. I'm going with the Iconics because I'm a huge Iconics mark. Probably, yeah, probably my favorite women's tag team on the main roster right now. They're actually a cohesive unit besides Bliss and Cross. Bailey and Banks aren't a tag team; they're singles wrestlers. So I'm going with the Iconics.
Plus with Bailey being the SmackDown Women's Champion, that's going to be a big factor.
Yeah, I'm going with the Iconics, and I'm hoping Bailey and Banks break up, and Sasha Banks will beat the fuck out of Charlotte Flair.
Yeah,
come back to Raw and beat the fuck out of her.
Up next, was that the last one?
No.
One more.
No,
we have
one more.
one more match.
Yeah.
Okay. Up next, we have Apollo Crews defending his United States Championship against Andrade. I think Apollo is going to retain. It's too early for Apollo to have his push and then have it taken away like that. Apollo's winning.
I'm going to have to agree with Aaron. Apollo. I see, it being too soon. And with that, the feud that was going on between, Austin Theory and Angel Garza and Andrade, I think, Apollo Crews is going to get that one.
I think this is the only one we're all agreeing on. I'm also going with Apollo Crews.
Nice. Yep.
All right. So, Aaron is obviously gonna have to watch in your house.
God damn it! Shut up! Don't even.
After the amazing comeback I had after night 2 of WrestleMania.
That's right.
This curse is being lifted because I will be awesome at both AEW, Impact, and WWE predictions because we still got Impact's anniversary predictions eventually.
That and we got Fighter Fest too for AEW.
We got Fighter Fest coming up here pretty soon.
Night 1 and night 2.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
And I'm gonna win those predictions because I'm awesome.
All right, calm down there, The Miz.
Yeah, Miz.
I mean, I am kind of like The Miz.
You are The Miz.
Kind of.
So what are you saying is you're gonna run, give excuses on the reason why you lost the title?
What do you mean I haven't lost the title yet?
You're about to.
You're gonna.
Huh. I will make it to 365 times 2.
All right. So Fighter Fest, for everyone who's wondering, will take place on July 1st and July 8th, 2020.
For free on TNT.
Yes.
Which is awesome because I don't have to pay $50 to watch another pay-per-view.
And so far,
live on TNT.
Yeah.
Yep, it will be live.
Nice.
So as of right now, which obviously these are gonna change, Jon Moxley versus Brian Cage with Taz for the AEW World Championship. Kenny Omega and Hangman Adam Page versus the Best Friends, Chuck Taylor and Trent Beretta, for the AEW World Tag Team Championships. And of course, Cody with Arn Anderson versus Jake Hager, part of the Inner Circle, singles for the AEW TNT Championship.
Yeah.
Yay!
I like this card so far. It's great.
Me too. Yeah.
Does it actually tell you what night 1 and night 2 is gonna be?
No.
Night 1 is obviously first.
There's only 3 matches. It's probably gonna be
more. Right now.
Confirm.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
But as Dynamite, as this coming week's Dynamite, there should be more build up. I think we're gonna see FTR against the Young Bucks on night 2.
think
I'm predicting that.
I don't think so. I think it's going to be FTR and the Butcher and the Blade.
They've already faced each other. They've already done their program.
It don't mean nothing.
That's
Or
true.
maybe Young Bucks versus the Butcher and the Blade.
Or that.
Yeah.
Or we could see a 3-way dance between FTR, the Butcher and the Blade, and the
And
Young
Young
Bucks.
Bucks.
All right, guys. Where are we at? Oh God, we're at an hour and 15 minutes. Jesus. All right, so I think that's gonna be it for us today.
Yeah.
So Aaron, you want to take us out?
Yeah. 3, 2, 1.
Fuck the
The
revival.
revival.
Oh.
That's it.
Yeah. Oh, and we're cheat marks.